You are watching this live right now with one of my clients, Skyler Taylor. He's been my client for about what, a year, Skyler, so far?
Yeah.
Yep. He's had amazing results. He's doing triathlons right now. So he's really stepping into a different type of realm than when I first met him. So, Skyler, kind of give us a little background about you and kind of an intro of who you are.
Yeah. Awesome, Mike. Thank you. I grew up playing sports and um, being active in my day-to-day life and growing up and after high school, really into lifting weights. And it kind of got to a point where, for me personally, I just kind of cared how strong I was getting
Yeah,
as opposed to like what I started to look like. And
sure.
so eating a ton, kind of like weight moves weight type of thing. And kind of got to a point where I just couldn't look myself in the mirror type of thing. It was sad to see myself. And I work out every day and I'd look at myself and be like, you can't even tell you work out. Who cares how much weight you're pushing? And so, years go by and I have two kids and kind of thinking about the parent and father that I want to be. And I have two grandfathers, and they're completely different ends of the spectrum. One is extremely overweight. If he falls down, he can't get up. The other one is over 90 years old, and he can just jump out of his chair, like literally jumps out of his chair. And their lifestyle is completely different. And
Yeah.
just for me, it kind of came like, who cares like how much weight you lift? Like, what is your quality of life going to look like? And you have kids now. What kind of parent are you going to be?
Sure.
And it's not all just right now, but years down the road, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course. And it's good that you realize that at an earlier age because you're what, 33?
Yeah, about that.
About
32.
that.
Well,
So yeah, it's good that you realize that at an early age. I deal with a lot of people that are in their 50s and 60s that are, I don't want to say it's too late for them, but if they would have realized that in their 30s, they would be, it'd be a different story for them. So it's good that you notice that now. We have kids, we're both dads,
mhm,
all I care about is my health. So it's
mhm.
super important. So really, what was your jumping into that conversation? What was your real why? Like, why did you want to make this move into hiring a coach? What was your motivation level at that point?
Yeah, I felt like I'd been trying it on my own for a while. And again, like I said, I worked out every day. I tried intermittent fasting on my own for about a year. I just really didn't see a ton of results. And trying to do it on my own, kind of realizing like you don't lose more weight if you do it with somebody else.
Yeah,
Like you don't get extra points for doing it on your own. Go to someone that knows what they're doing, knows what they're talking about. If you have the motivation and you can follow their guidelines and the rules set in place, like if if you can't do it on your own, why not?
yeah, of course. And having that extra layer of accountability is super important, right? Having someone to check in with every week probably makes a huge difference. And
Yeah.
and for everyone that's watching right now, this is actually Skyler's second go around. He actually
Mhm.
lost a bunch of weight, and you actually maintained it pretty well
Mhm.
when we weren't seeing each other. And then now you're back again.
Yeah.
You realize how important accountability is.
Yeah.
Having the check-ins with me every week and making sure you're on point. It's hard for your wife to be accountable. It's always hard for a spouse
Mhm.
to kind of keep you accountable.
Yeah.
So having that extra layer is super important, correct?
Yeah. I mean, those are weekly check-ins and being available through text and things like that. It helps, right? Like you have that guide and you have someone there when you need it. And you have someone that again is holding you by the hand throughout the experience and the process there. So being able to be accountable and meet up every week has been really helpful.
Of course. And that's great. Now as far as results, what have you noticed in the last year or so you've been working with Evolve Culture? What's been the results? Kind of talk about, how you feel internally and externally.
Yeah, we looked at, I think the last week that we met, we looked at a picture of when I started, right? And it's like,
Yeah,
I don't even recognize that person. Like
yeah,
it's hard to think that that was me, like a year or so ago.
sure.
And so in terms of results, I think I've lost around 60 pounds since we started working with each other, like
60 pounds, dude.
somewhere like 8 or 9 inches around my waist, which again
Yeah.
is like crazy to think of how big that is. Like a big difference there. There's a lot of like the clothes don't fit that used to. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. And like, um, you know, comes down to like even sitting in a chair differently.
Isn't
And
that crazy? Just things that people take for granted. even like reaching down to tie your shoe or something just so minimal for most people. And you're starting to realize sitting in a chair, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's a big difference. And, I think of 60 pounds ago or so, and a year or so ago, and working with you and lifting weights. And again, the mentality change that you helped me with is like, it's about how you feel. It's about your health. It's not about like if you lift a weight or not. And to think of like, last Sunday I had a half Ironman in Puerto Rico. This Saturday I have another one in California. So it's like literally there's been so much change, and working with you has made a huge difference in everything that's been going on in terms of my lifestyle and the way I work out and the thought process around food and all of that.
Yeah. So it's a complete change, a 180 change as far as not only external health and looking better, but internal health, sitting in a chair. You haven't actually told me that. That's pretty wild. Just the most basic stuff that people take for granted.
Yeah, I think me personally, 60 pounds ago, I think, more depressed. It's hard to get excited about things. You
Yeah.
just feel good inside. Like you just truly don't feel the way that you ought to. And I think it's kind of in combination of losing the weight, but proving to yourself that you can change, that you can do hard things, you gain confidence, and you gain excitement back. And you learn more respect for yourself, and it makes a huge difference in all aspects of life.
Yeah, of course. That's pretty remarkable, dude. And 60 pounds, and we're not even close to being done yet. Like we still have our ways to go to reach our end goal.
Mhm.
So 60 pounds is a really good start. And that's
Yeah.
like a pound of fat a week. It's nothing that's out of the realm of possibilities.
Yep.
People think 60 pounds in a year, that's a pound of fat a week,
Yeah.
which is very minimal and adds up in the long run. And so doing something consistently for a year, as you've proven to do, is you're losing weight and you're feeling better. And it's not like you're having crazy results every week. You're gonna have some bad weeks and some good weeks. You haven't been consistently good. Nobody is. So that's kind of remarkable that we're down 60 pounds and you haven't been perfect every week. So
Yeah.
and that's triathlons, which is crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. And that's one of the things really, Mike, that I've liked and enjoyed about working with you is, like you said, I've had weeks where I've been perfect, weeks where I haven't been so great. And I've
Yeah.
traveled, and I travel for work, or I've gone on vacations, and like things weren't pretty after that. Right. But
Yeah.
it's really confidence building, knowing that I have a plan. And when I stick to that plan, I see the results that I want. And you have a plan for when I'm traveling and what that looks like and what type of meals I should have.
Yeah.
And again, like the peace of mind knowing like, okay, it was a bad week last week, but I know that this plan's here. And if I stick to it this week, I can jump back on the train to where I want to go.
Yeah. It's all about having that blueprint.
Mhm.
People, they just need guidance, right? When it comes to being in better shape, knowing exactly what to do, having that blueprint set in place makes the biggest difference. When I
Mhm.
tell you exactly what to eat all day, right? That just
Mhm.
makes life easier for you.
Yeah.
And it trickles down to your family, correct? Has that kind of helped you with your wife and even your kids?
Yeah. I think when it comes to my wife, so my kids are still super young, right? But when it comes to my wife, like I gain respect for myself, but I can also see like she respects the effort and the work that I put in, because she's got to live with me. And, go back to my two grandparents. If I'm the grandparent that falls down and can't get up
Yeah.
until my grandkids come and pick me up literally hours later, like that's not going to be good for her. Right. So along with building confidence in yourself, your spouse will gain confidence in you. And then trickles into the playtime with kids and being more active and more fun and like being more adventurous. Again, it's kind of like the mentality change there, but
Yes.
just being the kind of parent that you want to be. And it truly does go into all aspects of life.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so awesome, man. Thanks for sharing your story so far. It's been really amazing to get to know you and to help you along this journey. And again, we're not even done yet, so which is really exciting. What would you tell someone that's on the fence of a joining Evolve Culture and kind of a lot of people are very hesitant to hire a coach.
Mhm.
They still think they have that mentality where they can do it themselves. What would you
Mhm.
say to someone that's on the fence about joining Evolve Culture?
Yeah, like my story again, I literally worked out every day. And I'll go back to what I said is you don't gain points, or you don't win points, you don't lose more weight by doing it on your own. Like Mike, you have a proven track record. Like it's a scientific method and process. It's a mathematical equation, right? Like we know what we need to do. The inputs are there. It's going to drive the outcome that we want. And so if you're someone like me that just, had years tried to do it on your own, like there's no reason not to. And I think with someone like Mike, who has had as many success stories as he has and as many happy clients, there's no negative to giving it a try.
Yeah, I love that. And it's really, people need to start investing in themselves. People
Mhm.
are, whenever it comes to money, they're always scared of taking some money and investing in themselves, but they'll go spend money on horrible food, right?
Mhm.
DoorDash and Uber Eats, that gets really expensive.
Mhm.
That adds up all the time. So, and they're going to start spending more money in medical bills.
Yep.
It's time to it.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, if it comes down to money, you're probably saving money by the type of food and quantities that you're eating with Mike anyways, right? And then,
yeah.
like you said, it's what better investment than in yourself, your health, and your future family. So
Yes, love that. Love that. That's awesome, dude. I'm so blessed to get to know you, and hopefully we'll continue this down the road, and we'll be talking about maybe another 20, 30 pounds lost in the next, 6 to 8 months. So
yeah.
thanks so much, Skyler. If you have anything else to add, go ahead. If not, I really appreciate you jumping on this live Zoom call with me. So I really appreciate you. Anything else you want to add to anybody else that's listening right now?
No, like Mike, you know what you're doing. I again, like I've tried it on my own. I stopped coming to you for a while to try and like prove to myself like, hey, I can do it on my own. And
Yeah,
eventually, like who knows what's going to happen, but you know what you're doing and the results are there. And if someone's, listening to this thinking about like, I'm dedicated, I want to make something happen. I truly don't think there's anybody better than what Mike has done.
I appreciate that. Well, thanks, Skyler. And, I'll look forward to seeing you in my office here pretty soon. So appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike. We'll
Thanks.
see you.